Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Mzansi Fundis. Don't change your screen. I know the mug is a bit uglier than Cox would normally be, but Cox will be back to take his rightful place. Things that happened in Raja had my boy shook, so he's taking some time off. But a lot is happening in the PSL, gents. There are coaches that are going, there are coaches that are coming. ODG makes a return. But I'm worried, Lufuno.
Yeah.
Owen Da Gama is coming back. Chiefs have cake. The last time those two met, it didn't end up well for Owen. Your thought on the appointment, even though he wasn't in the game in terms of from paperwork and everything else against Galaxy, what impact do you think he's going to have on the team?
I think they're looking at a coach that will bring experience, stabilize and continue where Coach Lassen ended. Because really, if you look at Magesi, they've done what they've done with Coach Lassen, but I think they've hit the wall and they need somebody to bring fresh ideas, to keep the team going. Because I think the most important thing now is to make sure that, they stabilize the team and they make sure that they push for points and get out of that position that they're in and really, continue to have their status in the next season.
Essie, I'm worried. He says fresh ideas. Owen hasn't been on the bench for some time.
Yeah, I wanted to actually get into that, and
unless he's like the guy from Cape Town.
But also we cannot discredit the quality that he brings into the team. I think he coach who understand the league now, he is structured in which way, and I think also Magesi is not such a complicated team whereby he's going to struggle in terms of influencing the players. I mean, he's good with such teams, to be quite honest. You take it back to a team like Hanalo Orlando Pirates. You could see the challenges that he faced and then the maturity that he got after those things. Look at the team that he had in Highlands Park. Yeah. Amazing team.
So he's good at unearthing talent and making sure that it keeps.
So we'll see what happens. But his last job was when? 2022, 2021?
COVID, Chief.
But in the PSL, but he's always been involved in football, either in the lower leagues and whatnot. So he's not a strange.
It's not like you have to teach him anything.
No, he knows the PSL.
So he knows the bicycle.
He knows the players that are playing.
Just to finish off my statement in terms of that issue at Owen Da Gama, and this is the issue that I have even with the league. A coach will leave and vanish for quite some time in the background, and the standard of the league will change to a certain extent. But for coaches that have left for quite some time, they still come back and they still maintain whatever it is in the league. And I wonder are we really growing at a rate that we need to see the league at, or are we just subtle in terms of how we do our things? Even if you look at the log itself, it says that automatically coaches fall into that.
With that being said, but to the next coach that we're going to talk about, because Lufuno is still at pains about that coach, Muhsin Ertugral comes. While Muhsin may have been away from coaching side, Muhsin has been involved with the Turkish national teams in terms of the technical stuff that has been going on, getting involved in the Euros, but him coming back and that punch that he's given Cape Town City. But I remember we said here last season when Eric was there, we were saying Eric is a sell-by date is gone. Was it a surprise to you, the change, Lufuno?
I was not surprised that they will change Eric. And the trend is that Eric, in most, if you follow his coaching at Cape Town City, he always struggles in the first 6 months or so. And then eventually in the new year, he starts getting the points. But I think this time around, they thought that they needed fresh ideas. They needed a new coach, but they also needed somebody that understands South African football and the team in particular. And it happened that Muhsin is based in Cape Town. He probably watches more games of Cape Town.
The team that he was playing against in his former team, he knows them well.
Well, Kaizer Chiefs, it's an open book for everybody because everyone always watches to see what they're doing. It's very easy to analyze Kaizer Chiefs. He was also involved in analyzing football in certain platforms, social
publications and stuff
absolutely.
Like that.
So for him to come in and adjust, and the factor that a lot of players always, up their game when the new coach arrives, because they want to play. Some of the players were not playing. No, Dada was not playing under Eric. He came in. He made a good pass and goal. So these things that does happen.
Essie, and for me, as a disclaimer from my side, I wouldn't like to see Muhsin carry forward as the coach.
Okay.
Because as a technical director, what Muhsin gives you is stuff that's untouched. I mean, Real Madrid are sitting with a certain player from Turkey that he was a part of. What's your take on that? How long do you give him to be able to be there as a interim coach without hindering because winning may mean that stay there.
Yeah. Look, Tampoza. It's a great question, by the way. I think the management have come out to say they're giving him up until the season ends, you know. And then that tells you, okay, he's going to be in that position for quite some time. And the one thing that I think I've picked up in these 2 games that he's been back, he's so calm. The Muhsin that we know is completely away from the Muhsin that we've known before. And I think he's going to give City an interesting outlook in terms of whatever experience that he has brought into the team or come back with. And you look at what Lefone was just referencing in terms of the players that have not been playing in that team. And again, you look at how they push themselves and how he manages his team and how he structures his teams. It tells you that this coach is coming with something very interesting.
Just to add on what I said, for me, I want to see Mushini when he plays Kukune. I want to see Mushini when he plays Magesi.
Chippa United.
I want to see Mushini when he plays Chippa United.
Because
Pirates and Chiefs players are motivated. The games are completely different. So for us to say, you know, it's very difficult. Let's give him some couple of games and then we'll come back.
Talking of Kukuni, there was a Pulukwani derby that moved stadium because Makazi were too much to party and the grass is gone. But how does that then sit? Because this venues and how did that sit with you? Because now you can use Peter Mokaba Stadium, which was built, again, it was built for football, yet football is taking backseat. Unfortunately,
in South Africa, stadiums we know that they are actually used for other activities. You can talk about Cape Town Stadium, you can talk about FNB, you can talk about Mbombela. They are not, to sustain them, you need to have some other activities so that you can have some income to be able to run them. Football alone is not enough. However, my issue is, if you look at FNB, I was at FNB Stadium, the pitch is superb. Even though there was one of the biggest show, Chris Brown Umodi, they still maintained the pitch and protected it very well. I was actually talking to SN to say, on the far left, they still
the stage,
but the pitch is superb.
No, having said that, they have run out of time for the segment, but we're gonna carry forward this conversation. Don't go too far away. Have a packet of chips on Lufuno, and we'll see you after the break.